coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with mail day number 94. I will be quite honest with you, trying to get my channel up and running with PWCC links and promo codes and all the other crazy stuff that you can read about in my description. I'm not going to talk about it on this mail day because it's a weekend and I want y'all to enjoy the mail day and not talk business. I have not been buying cards at the same clip. I've actually had to take a little bit of a breath, gather myself. I do have some really cool cards you're going to like in today's mail day. I'm kind of looking over here at the screen next to me. I've got a soccer card that's part of a set that you've watched me try to put together piece by piece. I did pick up a really big mid-90s Jordan PSA 10 insert and then added to my star BGS 8.5 Michael Jordan set, and then picked up a very rare 1991 Kenner starting lineup. All right, spoiler alert. Here we go. Let's get it going here. You guys probably saw pictures of some of these cards on the thumbnail, so it's not really a spoiler alert or a secret because that's just how we do it. I've got it pulled up. As always, I've got a PWCC shareable link that I've pulled up with the cards that most recently hit my PWCC vault. If you're interested in learning more about the vault, find me, DM me on Instagram, whatever. I love it. I think it's great. Slideshow. Let's get cranking here. First card of the mail day is the 2014 Prism World Cup autograph Pepe from Portugal. Fantastic defender for Portugal. Very important player in the Portuguese international team history, especially in modern era. Spent a lot of time on the pitch with Ronaldo. His autograph on this card is actually best in class. Like, the autographs in this 2014 Prism World Cup set are a disaster, and one day I'll do a video on it. They're all sticker autographs, but they are terrible. They're either poor ink, like they used a Sharpie that didn't have any ink left, or they went totally off the sticker. There's just lots of examples of terrible autographs. This one's actually super squeaky clean. Probably could have graded the autograph and got a 10, but again, I'm not chasing autograph grades. I'm just chasing the cards in PSA 9 or 10. This Pepe is PSA 9, probably cost me a shade over 100, 150, 200 bucks, something like that. I'm getting closer and closer to the set. I'll try to update you guys with exactly where I am at some point in the future, but I'm making progress. Suffice it to say, I think I might need 10 or 11 more, and I think there's like 50 of them, so I'm getting close. The issue with these cards is the back, and you can see just even from this low picture, see a little bit of edge wear over here. You can't hide it because all the back edges and corners are colored, but you can see up here the top right edge, whitening. That's going to keep you from getting a 10. It's tough to get a 10, but I've got a lot. I got about 30 10s, and the rest are 9s and 8s, and so I'm kind of growing that little first year Prism soccer autograph set. The next card is a duplicate, but it's one of those cards that's just got a story to tell, right? And so this is the 1992 Stadium Club members only. I picked this card up. Listen to this. 38 bucks. I think that's cheap for a members only. I know it's a PSA 8, but it is first year Stadium Club. It is Jordan yamming and using Patrick Ewing as a vault to go do whatever he wants in the air. It's got the nice little foil gold members only stamp in the top left. It's just a really great picture. Like, that picture right there has got to be in the top 100 basketball pictures of all time. You got one of the all-time assist leaders, Mark Jackson, in the background, and of course the hero of one of the NBA Finals with Michael Jordan, John Paxson, in the background as well. And then, of course, Ewing's got those massive sweatbands and the knee pads that he always used to wear. By the way, I caught a glimpse of Prime Ewing the other day. It was a highlight reel that just came up, and when I was going down one of those rabbit holes on Instagram, go back and find Prime Ewing. He was a MFer. He was a freaking problem. We remember him as this stumbling, fumbling, because he didn't age quite as well as Olajuwon and David Robinson, who were just graceful and super athletic. Young Ewing was a damn problem. He was really athletic and really mobile and filthy on the defensive end, but he would put it on you as well on the offensive end. He wasn't just one of those jab step jump shooters that we saw so late in his career. It's easy for us to forget just how damn good some of these dudes were in their prime, because like we think of old Nowitzki and old Tim Duncan, and we forget about how freakishly athletic and special some of these guys were earlier in their career. Ewing's one of those guys. Sorry, I got sidetracked here. I'm going to show you my whole 92 Stadium Club family. Here it is. It's real simple. I've got 2 PSA 8s. Like I said, that was a duplicate. So I've got I've got the members only PSA 8 that we got in the mail day today. I've got the regular PSA 8. I've got the members only PSA 10, which is a pretty tough card, pretty big card. But I don't have the base 92 Stadium Club number 1 PSA 10. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's time for me to go get that card and put that to bed. And I promise you I will. So I need the 1992 Stadium Club number 1, not the members only, just the base one PSA 10. I remember this card ran like crazy during like shortly after the pandemic. And so I was like, damn, I missed it. So I'm holding off. But I'm sure it's probably come back to earth because it's not that low of a pop. So I've got to bite the bullet and go ahead and get that one so I can put this to bed. The next card is the biggest card, the most important card, the 1995 metal, maximum metal die cut insert. It's got Jordan on the front. It's got a chain. It looks like a chain net in the background. It might not be chain, but the product's metal. And so even if it's a regular cloth net or nylon net, it looks metal. The ball's metal. There's a lot of little intricate details on this card that I never noticed until I got it in my PWCC vault and zoomed in and looked at a little bit of the finer points. Like everything's kind of metallic. Even the big ball in the background that you're seeing, on the screen behind Jordan's bust at the top right here has got the little metal rivets in it like that. So everything's metal, metal, metal. And this is kind of that transition where Fleer started to make a 95 metal, 96 metal, and then we jump into the big boy, right? The 97 and the 97 championship, and then the 97 metal universe, 98 metal universe as well. And you get the real creme de la creme, my favorite sets from the 90s, the metal universe trio. But this maximum metal insert wasn't crazy pack odds. And by the way, let's look at the back. This is a big card, so let's look at it. After a swing around the baseball diamond, his airness returned to home court with the Chicago Bulls last season. The 7-time NBA scoring champion and 3-time NBA MVP wasted little time in returning to form, firing up 55 points against the Knicks on March 28th. You don't hesitate with Michael, or you'll end up on some poster in a gift shop. Utah Jazz center Felton Spencer and Louisville legend Felton Spencer carved out a nice little NBA career for himself as a big, stiff journeyman, but made some good money. So congratulations, Felton, on making it as part of the narrative on the back of a Jordan card. Never would have guessed that. But that's one of the perks of having a PWCC vault. You can look at the card and zoom in on it. I'm old. I can't see a damn thing without reading glasses, but you can zoom in and look at it as closely as you want to when you got a nice high-def image like that. So pretty cool. That maximum metal card, let's talk about some of the details. Here's my maximum metal family. I've got the 10, which came in this mail day number 94. I had 2 duplicate PSA 8s already because I think it's a good card, right? And so I got 2 PSA 8s in the baby PSA 8 collection, the budget Jordan collection, and then I've got on the high-end Jordan collection, I've got the PSA 10 checked off. The reason that PSA 10 is a big deal is it's pop 40. So there you go. It's a 5% gem rate, which is about standard for 90s Jordans. You can't really say there is a standard, but it ain't the craziest. Let's put it that way. 5% gem rate, 5 out of 100 will come back PSA 10. For Beckett, it's a little easier, right? There's 51 9.5s, about twice as many graded by PSA. There's only, less than 100. That's always that threshold that I like to stay under. There's less than 100 gem mint copies of this insert between PSA and BGS. And for me, that reeks of opportunity. So I like buying cards where there's less than 100 of them in the world because there's got to be 100 people out there like me. There's probably 500 people who want the card like I do that are watching this video. That's just the way it is with Jordan 90s inserts in PSA 10. They're that's kind of the chase. And I think more and more people are entering the Jordan market. Not that I need to hype the Jordan market anymore. Let's look at the price trend. This is what this card's done over the last 2 years. Believe it or not, in a down market, I shouldn't say, it is a down market. There's just no way around that. It's up 2/3, man. It's up 66.67%. That's pretty serious, right? The card was $1,740, and look, I'm a big part of this. I paid $2,900. The reason I chose to reach over the last comp is because I saw an upward trend. $2,000, $2,640, $2,800, $2,900. I'm thinking to myself, might the card come back to $2,000, $2,400, something like that? Sure, it might, but there's freaking 40 of them. And when you look at the last 2 years, that's 8 sales. So in 24 months, it sells basically once every 3 months. I didn't mind paying $100 over the last comp. In fact, I think I paid the most anybody has ever paid for this card. Second most anybody has ever paid for this card. Okay, so back in the bubble, it was $33.49, and then it came way back down. Sure, it would have been real nice to pick it up at half price for $1,500. But I picked it up right here for $2,900. So this is one of those cards, and I'm not trying to explain it away. I overpaid for the card, but I did it knowingly and willingly. It wasn't like I was deceived. I happily overpaid for the card because it's one of my favorite sets. All the metal stuff is just, that's kind of where my attention focuses. I love to knock that stuff out. And I love posting pictures of metal pairings. And obviously I've got a metal pairing with the 8 and the 10 done. So, I didn't mind overpaying a little bit for the card. That's just the gist of it, right? And so we'll see where the next one goes. I wonder if there's another one on eBay. Let's see. No, nothing on eBay right now. So we'll have to keep our eye on that. Anyway, that is card number, 3? Card number 4 is another big one, right? This is the 1985 Star Slam Dunk Supers. I overpaid for this one as well. And this one, if I recall, was from a viewer of the channel and a follower on Instagram who reached out to me and said he thought he picked it up too cheap. And so he wanted to sell it to me for a little bit of a margin. We couldn't agree on price. We finally did agree on price. And I probably reached a little bit on this card as well, but this is kind of a big card. It's a 4-figure card. If I recall, I think I paid $1,200 net PayPal friends and family because I trusted the person I was buying it from. But it's a great one, right? It's one of the Jordan 5x7s. There's only so many of them out there. It's got pretty good subs. The subs that you really care the most about is centering. Obviously, corners are important. It got an 8 probably because of that top left. It's not perfect, and that's why I'm collecting the set in 8.5. It's got some history. Bottom left is not great either. Bottom right, top right, okay. The back of it looks pretty decent. The centering's pretty good. The 9 centering on the front is what really matters to me. It looks to be really well centered to me on the front. I like it. 1985 Slam Dunk Contest. Look at all of the work that Star put in on the back of these cards. Wow, imagine that. So that's another nice pickup right there for the Star set. I think I'm at 20 out of 24. I think I've got 4 monsters left over. One of them is really the elephant in the room, and then a couple of monsters. The 98 Topps Chrome Preview. I'm not going to go through a long diatribe on the history of this card or what it's about, but this is the 1998 Topps Chrome Preview card number 77. It's a PSA 8. No doubt it's because it's way off center left to right, and you can even see the centering is worse on the back. This is kind of one of those old school cards where it shows all of Jordan's stats on the back for his entire career. Stay with me here. We tend to forget some of the most basic Jordan stuff. He had 10 scoring titles, but let me read to you his scoring averages starting in 86, his first year back from that broken foot. 37, 35, 32.5, 33.6, 31.5, 30, 32.6, 27. His first year back in only 17 games when he came back at the end of that season and they got bounced by the Magic. 30.4, 29.6, 28.7. Everything that you see that's in red, he led the league in it, including 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82. I don't know why these aren't red. They should be, unless, well, somebody could have played 83, I guess, if they got traded. That's probably what happened. But again, another thing that we tend to forget, career field goal percentage is over 50%, and that includes, the tail end of his career when he couldn't get the same type of lift and didn't get the same type of FU, I can get any shot I want type of separation. We saw Kobe really struggle with this late in his career, and that's when his field goal percentage really nosedived. Jordan's dipped, but it dipped to the high 40, like 49.5, 48.6. 46.5, just a testament to the greatness of Jordan. Anyway, not a huge card here, not a very expensive card, but one that I needed in my little PSA 8 collection, so I picked it up. And then the last one's a big one, right? This is a Pop 9 card, none higher. It's the 1991 Kenner starting lineup dribbling variation. I've got, I want to show you the back real quick just to see what the back looks like. They've got the little facsimile autograph signature here, and of course it's got the stats broken down as well. A lot of people forget that Jordan was actually born in New York. People think he was born in North Carolina. He went to Laney High School in North Carolina, but he was not born in North Carolina. He was actually born in Brooklyn. So a pretty interesting fact there. A lot of people forget about that. But anyway, he was also the 3rd pick, and everybody knows that with Olajuwon and Bowie going ahead of him. But anyway, this is the dribbling variation card from 1991. Can anybody tell who that is guarding him? It could be... Oh, man, it looks like a Cleveland Cavalier, right? It looks like a Cleveland Cavalier. It could be... It can't be Bobby Phills. It can't be Larry Nance, because I feel Larry Nance it seems taller than that. It's not Mark Price because he is not black. Uh, to say the least. He's like the whitest of the white people. I don't know who that is. I guess it could be Larry Nance. Oh, you know what? It could be Hot Rod John Williams. It kind of looks like Hot Rod John Williams. I don't know. Somebody make a guess. Let me know in the comments, some of you guys that are old like me, who that might be. I've pulled the card up in the Beckett Cert lookup. By the way, if you're ever struggling, Beckett's difficult to use their pop reports. Let me get on screen for this. This is important. Beckett's pop reports are sometimes very difficult to find. If you're ever having trouble finding the actual pop report because you plug it in and it's saying no record found, go take your card, look at the certification number. Like if on my card right here, right, I've got the certification number pulled up on your screen right here, right? We can zoom in, 006917094. Just go into just your Google or your web browser and type in Beckett certification lookup, and it'll pull up a link. Click the link, plug in that 006917094 or whatever it was, and it'll pull up your card. It'll show you all your subs. It'll verify it's real. It'll tell you it's a 9.5, and it'll tell you how many cards are graded above it. There are no BGS 9s or 10s. It shows you the pop report for just your card. Boom, there it is. Michael Jordan dribbling. There's only 9 of these in a 9.5. There's only been 71 graded. There's not that many of these cards out there, believe it or not. There are more graded by PSA, and there's some PSA 10s. I liked my price on this Kenner starting lineup, and I thought I wrote this dang thing down. Here's mine. This was mine. I bought it in the Golden auction, believe it or not, for $1,050. It is the most anybody has ever paid for this card, but that's really not saying a lot because only twice has it sold since 2019, and it sold for $960 about a month, or right at a month ago. Well, about 2 weeks before my sale, and then I paid $100 over. So almost similar to the maximum metal. And by the way, I got the maximum metal in the PWCC. Sorry, I forgot the screen share back. I'm back. I'm sorry. So here's my price right here, $1,050. The last one before that, 2 weeks before mine, was $960. So I'm about $90 over, which I gladly paid. And Golden shipped it right over directly to my PWCC vault. They probably don't like that, but they do like the fact that I'm buying on their platform, so I guess it's a blessing and a curse. They're just going to have to deal with it. I hope I was screen sharing when I was showing you the pop report and all that stuff, but I wanted you guys to know there's another way to find your card if you're having trouble navigating the Beckett pop report, and just typing in Beckett certification lookup is the way to do it. It's really easy. But let me show you my whole family here. Where's my family? I had it saved somewhere in here. Oh yeah, here we go. I've got the BGS 9.5, and I've got the PSA 8. So I've got my high end covered. I've got my low end covered. The reason I was happy to pick up the BGS 9.5, like we saw right here, it's a pop 9. There's just not a lot of them out there. Pop 9 out of 71 is, let me show you why. What do you think a PSA 10 is worth? Gee, that's a lot. 2 months ago, it sold for $12,400. Right? So I am very, very excited to pay $1,000 for my BGS 9.5. That's bananas. Like, it's almost to the point where I'd like to just crack it and try to resub it to PSA like 12 times just to see, because you're talking about a 12-to-1 ratio. That's kind of crazy, huh? I don't know. And it's not like it's an aberration. I mean, it's consistently selling for almost 5 figures here in 2021. Twice just this year, the dang thing sold for $12,400, $11,300. I'm not sure. It might actually be the same card. 146. 146, yeah. So it looks like somebody bought it on March and then either resold it in May, or maybe it didn't get paid for in March and it relisted and sold here. I don't know. We'll never know. But that is one thing I wish we could clean up so we know what is and isn't an actual sale. But anyway, getting back to our list, let me show you what we got. So we got the soccer card set building right there. We got the Stadium Club members only. It's a duplicate PSA 8, but I have the PSA 10 members only. Still need to get the PSA 10 base 92 Stadium Club Ewing vaulting card. Got the maximum metal PSA 10. I'm really excited about that. I really am. And I can't believe, of all places, I'm always bagging on the PWCC fixed price marketplace because people list their cards and sometimes they listed it like way back when. They're just fishing. Like it's the eBay listing where it's like 4x the comp and they don't accept offers, or the offer minimum is like 3x whatever the real comp is. So I very rarely pick stuff up on the PWCC fixed price marketplace. But this one was, I gladly paid just a little bit over comps, which I was happy to do because I've got a nice little war chest actually from selling a bunch of 86 Fleer set cards. And so I was fine paying $100 over comps for that. The Slam Dunk Supers 5x7 Jordan is a pretty big card. The Topps Chrome Preview PSA 8, every one of these cards is kind of interesting. And then the 91 Kenner starting lineups, only a pop 9 card. So some good additions to the PC. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I do appreciate you guys watching. If you want to know more about PWCC, read my YouTube description. I got an affiliate link where you can buy under Cajun Cardboard. I got a promo code where you can sell under Cajun Cardboard. Pretty soon I'm going to have a smart IT person put my promo code on the bottom right of the screen. So when I'm talking, it's always on there. Or I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can have a link that's clickable on my screen that sends you to PWCC. Once you use my affiliate link on PWCC one time, save it in your browser history as a favorite, and then every time you click it, you'll go in through me, and that's one way that you can support the channel through no money out of your pocket. Anyway, as always, hopefully you guys are having a great weekend. You're probably watching this on a Saturday or a Sunday. It's mail day number 94. I always appreciate you guys watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. Have a great weekend. Peace.